Right, so here's some quick tips when it comes to your smartphone. First one, and like this seems so obvious, but clean the lens. I see so often people have just got muck or grease or something on the lens of the camera. That will make your image really, really low contrast and a bit blurry. Use grid lines. So you can turn it on the settings of any phone. I think on the iPhone, you can do it in the camera app. You can add grid lines for the rule of thirds. And then if you just place your points of interest on the intersections of those grid lines. Another really important one is make sure that your horizon's straight. I see this so frequently with people where the camera's just at a slight angle. If you've got the grid lines on there, they'll help you. I think the iPhone camera even has like an automatic assistant. Make sure your horizon's straight. It's so annoying when I see people get that wrong. Tap to focus and adjust your lighting. I always recommend underexposing your imagery rather than overexposing it. If you tap the brightest part of the image, it's going to bring the exposure down. If you're going to edit the images, then you can recover what you need to in post. Avoid digital zooming. Now, most cameras do have the option of other cameras. Yes, switch to those other cameras if you need to zoom in, but don't zoom digitally because you'll just lose resolution. Just move the camera forwards to where it needs to be. Shoot with intention. Think about the composition. Think what you're trying to convey. Make sure that the subject of the image is taking up most of the image and that they're flattered. Shoot with a tripod. Try and find something so you can actually stabilize the camera. Even if you can just put your elbows onto a tabletop and shoot that way, that'll massively eliminate the chance of motion blur. And it'll also make sure because the camera's steady, the camera will use a slower shutter speed, and therefore not a higher ISO, so it won't be as noisy. Another one is shoot in RAW. Believe it or not, your phone can shoot in RAW. It's so much better for editing. If you know you're going to be editing them, then turn on the settings to enable you to shoot in RAW. And then finally, isolate your lighting environment. So if you know you're shooting inside, turn off all of the indoor light. If you have light coming into the room, what I would do is I'd move towards the window. And if you can, I would block the light from any other windows. So you just have a single light source. If you have a single light source, it's much more flattering. It gives a sense of dimension to the imagery and the subject. And then secondly, if you've got that single light source, you can have a bright side and a dark side. Get a whiteboard, and then you can use that to just fill in the shadows a little bit.